Hello users and welcome back to Above It All, and we're gonna talk can we talk okay, before I get into the actual content here, what the hell is this? What the hell is this? Was this made in fucking MS Paint on a fucking Windows 95 machine? Seriously, it's like low resolution, like the whole image is blurry, right? Like the fonts are bizarre. The fonts are just absolutely bizarre. The color scheme is just shit. It doesn't blend well. Eliot Engel doesn't have any outlines to it. It looks disgusting, and the whole thing is blurry. And then also Hillary Clinton's on my screen. Let's get this out of here. So this is my video about Jamaal Bowman. He managed to, at least it seems like, defeat Eliot Engel in New York's 16th district. And that's amazing. That's really good. I've been tuned into this guy for a few weeks now. Obviously, I don't live in New York, so I mean, but I've been tuned into this guy, Jamaal, for a few weeks now, and I made another video about him a little bit ago. And he's just like a really high energy, like feel good guy. He speaks really eloquently. He speaks really well, with passion, with energy, with a nice, concise message, and I just appreciate it. Definitely. Like, again, my thing on elections is elections are good, and you should try to do your thing in elections, and you should always try to push the leftist candidate in elections. However, elections are not the end-all be-all. I am a very much so direct action-oriented individual. I know that there's a lot of sock dems and progressives that don't even know what direct action is, and that's kind of what I want to focus my channel on more. But, of course, elections are good, and when things like this happen, you have to talk about it. It's just a good thing. And I wanted to play a little bit of Jamaal Bowman's victory speech here, which I thought was really good. And in this, he talks about how poverty is a constructed system, and it has nothing to do with individual laziness or individual, choices. It is a societal and systemic creation, and as such, we can change it. It's not endemic to human nature. There's no phrenology involved. This is just something that is a political choice, and he does a really good job of outlining how it's a political choice. And if it's a political choice, you can choose to change it. So I'm just gonna let this play for a little bit, and again, this is probably the race I was the most excited for.
Unfortunately, as we all know, we live in a country where, despite our financial wealth, we have tens of millions of children still living in poverty. And as an educator working for the Department of Education for 20 years, I've seen the impact of poverty on the lives of our kids each and every day. And poverty is not a result of children and families who don't work hard. Our children and families work as hard as anyone else. Poverty is by political design, and it's rooted in a system that has been fractured and corrupt and rotten from its core from the inception of America, especially over the last several decades. So poverty and the impact of poverty on our children, and dealing with issues of institutional racism and sexism and classism and xenophobia and everything that keeps the majority of us oppressed, is what we designed this campaign to fight against. So tonight, as we celebrate, we don't just celebrate me as an individual. We celebrate this movement, a movement designed to push back against a system that's literally killing us. It's killing black and brown bodies disproportionately, but it's killing all of us. It's killing us mentally, psychologically, and spiritually. It's forcing us to live in a country and in a world where so many people are hopeless and have lost faith, not just in the political system, but in each other. But our movement is designed to restore that faith, to restore that hope, to bring back the belief in what is possible, to root our values in everything we do. Values of humanity, equality, and justice. Values that will center us fighting for those who are disenfranchised, for children with special needs.
All right, so you can watch the full thing. I don't want to just sit here and watch it. I could, but I'm not going to. So go watch this full episode or this full video if you want. It's very good. The way he lays out the analysis of this is all a design. This was all designed by a bunch of stupid, racist, corrupt, fucking selfish assholes. And there is no, like, oh, there, it used to be good or whatever. He is specifically outlining how America has been garbage, literally, forever. There was never a period in human history where things were even remotely okay. That never existed. The whole Make America Great Again thing is a myth predicated upon the idea that white people feel like they are losing their apartheid superiority status in this country. That is what Make America Great Again is. There was never a great America. That never existed. It is a figment of people's imaginations. It is a myth, just like George Washington's wooden teeth. Okay? And again, I love the way he speaks, and I love how he centers it on children, because again, like when I went to school, like I went to school with a single mother. So like I would go home, I would be alone. My mom would come home at like 6 or 7 p.m. and she'd go to sleep right away. So like, and I didn't have any friends. And I was raised basically just alone with a PlayStation. And it's like the idea that, I can go to school and there are hundreds of people there, right? That, you'd presume I would get along with. I'm a little different than most people, but hey, I try my best. But it's like the idea that can be a thing, yet I'm just alone for a majority of my life as a child it's baffling to me. The idea that we're so atomized and everyone tells us that we're different and we have to stay away from each other. And like, it's just like, it's refreshing to see somebody out there who's, again, it's a pretty safe district, so this is the real race of this district in a way. And it's like, it's just amazing. And again, I am more of a direct action-oriented person. The last month of protesting has done more for public policy and more for public perception than any voting has done since Ronald Reagan was elected. Ronald Reagan's election marked the downfall of this country. Like Jimmy Carter's presidency, there was like a trajectory that theoretically maybe could have prevented what we're in right now, but Ronald Reagan basically said, nah, bitch. And then Clinton continued on the Reaganite policies, but pretended to be a Democrat. And then you had George W. Bush, who just cemented everything, destroyed the economy. You had Barack Obama, who instead of fucking bringing the economy back from the ashes, he just gave a giant corporate bailout. I lost my fucking home that I grew up in during Obama's fucking garbage, okay? Like, and I never felt, oh wow, the president's looking out for me. I felt like I wanted to kill myself for a majority of my teenage years, and that's because of a systemic choice designed by our leaders. They don't care about us, and that's why it's incredible to see people like Jamaal Bowman get in there, break that institution, and even if it's only one voice. Again, 2 years ago we had AOC. We had Ilhan Omar, we had Rashida Tlaib, and now we've got Jamaal Bowman, and we've got like others that I'm going to be talking about as well that I haven't, researched on as much that are pretty good as well. And it's like, again, it's so refreshing to see someone who's not a complete ghoul get up there and say, you know what? One of the things I liked about the speech that I didn't play was he said, I want to get in there, I can't wait to get in there and cause problems. And that is the spirit that we need, because you can't fight fire with civility. That doesn't work. When people have their fucking boots on your necks, you can't say, oh, good sir or madam, please, can we compromise? That's not what you say. You go in there and you say, you know what? This system doesn't fucking work. Let's get a new system. And that's what Jamaal Bowman is doing. And I love it. I love to see it. So again, this is the most excited I am over any race. Like, I like him more than AOC as a potential fire starter in Congress. And I'm looking forward to it. And definitely watch this whole video on your own time. And thank you for watching my video. And I'll see you again soon.